Goeiemorgen, good morning.
Moeder.
Once again, wife said she wants to talk this morning, so
I just want to listen and see that he doesn't talk a lot of nonsense.
good morning to Anthony, Shan, Charles, Elaine. Good morning, everybody. So we've got about 8 people listening to us. Today's day 1 of level 4 or level 3, so it's the first day after our solid lockdown.
Yes, it's been 4 weeks, and at this stage, my hair roots is grown 2 centimeters. I have no hairstyle whatsoever, so every morning is a surprise for me, as for everyone else in my house. I'm at the point where I'm thinking of maybe just cutting a little bit of my fringe, or my hairdresser said, please don't use the box color, so I'm going to see how long I can hold this out. No, it's okay.
I trimmed a hedge yesterday with one of those electric cutters, so I think if you hold still this morning, I could probably try my best.
Yeah.
Alright, but we're not talking here this morning about hairstyles, so it's not about the microphone being in the way, but the reception area is just too far for me to know that you guys have good sound that side. A few other hellos from everybody else.
Linda!
Yeah, Linda's also watching all the way from England, so we've got English. So I'll speak English this morning. So, morning Elana, morning Shane, Michelle Wheeler-Botha from Whakatane, morning. Guys and girls, a few things that I've learned during lockdown. I actually asked the question yesterday, ask any suggestions on topic for this morning, as we were talking about life after lockdown. So, I want to tell you about a few skills that I've learned during lockdown. I actually made a list of stuff so that I don't forget anything, because it's all quite important, quite relevant to me. I learned to bake bread. It was quite an oddly satisfying experience, because suddenly, except sometimes I looked on the tablet for the recipe, but that was the time that I could be away from the screen, the time that I could be just me and the bread and the dough. Yeah, it sounds romantic now. but it took me to doing something simple, like putting flour and yeast together and seeing the end result coming out. That's something that really that was a new skill.
He's quite good at it.
I actually love doing that. It's just then another skill I learned is probably the most difficult one for me, was living in my house and not jumping in my car for any reason. Because I love traveling. And we've traveled for the whole lockdown. I don't know how far we've done before lockdown, but we only did a quarter of a tank for this whole period of time. So how much of that tank we used before lockdown, I've got no idea, but it was no diesel refills this whole 4 weeks, and diesel prices are actually quite decent. So I've learned to do 5 o'clock in the afternoon drinks. Something we didn't do before. We were too busy. We were either watching television or on the computers or working or out at clients.
Yeah, everyone was busy with his own thing, and now
now at 5 o'clock I say drink time, and everybody comes and we have a beer or coffee or whatever. But that is something, and I'm going to stick with it. I think just give me a bit of time to break after a day.
Just wind down and just enjoy each other's company.
So if I need to come to you at 5 o'clock and I shout drinks, throw me once. Something I also learned was to do more video calls to friends and family. We've got family all over the world, in England, South Africa, and so on. And you start missing them, and then eventually you speak to them once a month, eventually you speak to them once every 2 months, 3 months, so on. But in the mornings now I've started to video call, or let's say once a week I started to video call my uncle and aunt down in England, and I see it, they also loved it. I mean, I haven't spoken to them like this ever before in my life, so, and they are in their 70s, so suddenly we've had the chance to do this, but we've had this technology, we just never used it.
And you know, the thing is, you think you don't have time, but you actually have time.
A lot of time, yeah.
You have time to do this, so I think it teaches you to just use your time differently and make use of it in a better way.
And then I started doing video drinks with friends. We did one night with Karen, we did a bit with Linda and them. Yeah, it was something different. I can't say I really loved it totally, but it gave me perspective on I am able to see them without being with them. Why I say I didn't like it, I like the interaction of people. I like to not look at you on a flat screen. I like to see you in 3 dimension. That's what you want to know. So something else I learned in lockdown is to dress up for Saturday evenings dinners. My wife started this whole thing where we commemorate every country in the world where there's been deaths and which have been hard hit by the coronavirus. And every Saturday night we did something else. We've been in Italy, we've been in Japan. Where else have we been?
We're going to
We're
America.
going to America this weekend, and I heard South Africa with a braai somewhere on the tables. I just said to her, you must look at the weather. You must look at the weather. So, and that's something I think I will keep on doing. Since lockdown, I've been doing 30 minutes with Jan every day, and I actually loved it. You guys actually gave me a reason to wake up every morning early, comb my hair, and get out of bed. I mean, otherwise, I don't know. If I had no real reason to wake up, would I even have? I don't know.
Am I not reason enough for you to wake up?
I do. You were still sleeping till not very long ago. I normally wake up at about 4 and she wakes up at about 7. So it's a bit of a different of schedules there. Things I disliked about the lockdown. I think my biggest thing I disliked was living without the beach and living without fishing. Although fishing doesn't control my life, I love doing a bit of fishing. Just give me a time away from everything else. Out there on the water, you only got whoever's with you. Sometimes I'm alone on the little boat. Sometimes I've got a friend with me, so my son or whoever. Just gives you time to mingle with one person only. So that has been taken away from us, but we are allowed now to go back fishing from the shore. And if I read Facebook correctly, about 10,000 people was waiting for 12 o'clock last night to get onto the beach. So I missed my friends. I really missed my friends. I missed my clients. I missed the hugging. I missed the shaking of a hand. And that probably will still continue for a while, because in lockdown you're not allowed, or lockdown 3, you're not allowed to go that close to people it's not in your part of your bubble. We have decided with who we are going to open our bubble with, and yeah, but that was the big thing. For 4 weeks I only had to hug my own family, but they lasted. The other thing I disliked was not being in control of my day. Every day I woke up, I did my 30 minutes with Jan, and then that was my day basically. Then I phoned a few clients, phoned a few friends. We did a bit of business, we did up and down. Every company thought that we were doing nothing, and they just arranged training. So did a heck of a lot of training, but at least that's under the belt now. So, and then I think the other thing about lockdown was that we weren't allowed our freedom. We weren't allowed to get into the car to drive to somewhere I haven't seen before. There's so much places in New Zealand I haven't seen before that I'm really looking forward to go and see. So that was a few things that I disliked. So my like list is much longer than my dislike list. So that's quite good. I see there's something Dean wrote here. He said, I learned how much and hard work my wife puts in every day at our house with our son, who is 2 years old. Well, I can say my wife got me working in the garden with her. So thanks for all your help in the garden, my dear. I'm just going to ask for money soon. So I thought about life after this. Life after this will never be the same. We will always think back of 2020, of the month that we were in lockdown, the month that we weren't allowed to go anywhere else. Perhaps in the future we'll forget the reason why we were in lockdown, but I think we will never forget this ever in my life. So I've made a few priorities for myself, and I think if you could learn something about this morning, perhaps you haven't thought about this, perhaps it's time for you to go and do that. Not the New Year's priorities, some other priorities that put you back into reality. I didn't want to get back in the rat race. I mean, that was absolutely hectic. So my first priority was to live an even more simpler life. We had quite a complex life. We always had complex lives, and the simple life, just enjoying each other, was actually quite good for me. It did me really, really good. Gave me a bit of perspective in my life. I'm going to continue baking bread. Not for money, so don't put bestellings there. But whenever I'm going down for a braai or barbecue friends, I'll take a bread because I can bake bread. I'm going to buy local. I'm going to buy more local. I'm going to support the local guys. I even thought if you've got a hairdresser or whoever does your toes or your nails or whatever, they haven't been earning an income. Some of them have been earning an income from government. We had a 7,200 grant, $7,200 grant that was given to most of us. But if any of these have been out there and they haven't received the grant, I mean, ask them straight out, did you get a grant, yes or no? If they say no, I was thinking paying double for your haircut, paying double for your toes. Just get these people back on their feet. This is the right thing to do. It's a human effort, and one person alone won't make their day. But if everybody of us give a bit more for the first month or 2 months, I mean, really, this is going to help local business back on there. Go look at the local businesses that can only open up now, the local takeaways. By the way, I heard the local McDonald's in Creaton this morning had a queue for a few kilometers at 5:45 already. So it's crazy. Presumably it takes you an hour to get your food there now. So people really missed McDonald's. I can't believe they did. But anyway, I'm going to walk on the beach at least once a week. So that one day, if we have to go back into lockdown, then I can't sit back and think, geez, I should have done this last week. Because it's been about a month or 2 months before lockdown that I didn't walk on the beach. I was just too busy. I was just too busy, too preoccupied, too worried about my future, too worried about this. And then suddenly something like lockdown happens, and you think back and think, I should have done that.
But you know what? It's so easy to just fall into that again.
Back into the rat race.
We've done this before. When he had his heart operation, we said to each other, we're going to live a simpler life. We're going to be more quiet. No stressing, no worries about stupid stuff. And it takes about 3 months, and then you're just back into the habit again. Then everything's just forgotten. So it's easy to forget again and just fall into your old habits. I think it will take some work.
It'll take really work, and I think I'm going to put these priorities against my windows, and I can see this on a daily basis and remind myself, if it's a lovely day, just to take that hour off, go and walk on the beach. Just open up your mind for that. Then I want to get a bit fitter. The last week of lockdown I started walking a bit more, started jumping on a trampoline, believe it or not. One of those what they call a rebounder. It's a very small trampoline. I didn't believe that thing would have taken my weight, but it did. For one or another stupid reason, that trampoline still kept up there. So I'm going to use that a bit more. I really want to get a bit more fitter. That will just make life better for me, except losing the weight, which I haven't lost yet.
It's all the bread that you bake.
All the bread that I bake. One of my priorities is coming to the South Island. So South Islanders, this year, I'm coming to the South Island. And that's a promise I make. And I'm coming to have a braai with most of you, even if you have got to organize a group braai somewhere. I know the South Island is big, so I'll organize a few group braais, but that will happen. And then I want to start loving life again. Life just happens sometimes. You just go past, and then suddenly you see it's another week and a month, and then it's Christmas. And the last year felt like that. The last year felt like it was just rushing somewhere or rushing to nowhere. I want to take time. We haven't done that badly on the business side during lockdown. How life further will be, I don't know. There's some clients you just need to see, but I want to take more time, even if I take more time with the client. So next time, if we've got a coffee date, we'll probably have a walk first. So let's see if we can do that. What's your priorities?
No, you are on a roll, so
No,
just go.
come on. I'm giving you the chance here. You normally take over, so.
No, go
on. Changes I'm going to make in my own life would be prioritizing my budget. After lockdown, I saw we haven't used a lot of money. Normally we spend more money. We spend money on a lot of other stuff that during lockdown wasn't necessary. Yeah, I've done a few changes to the office as well. We've bought a new printer, which is quite a decent printer. The old one was about 6 years old, so let me say the other 3 was about 6 years old. So I'm throwing all of the rest out and just going back to one printer now. It has cost a few bucks, but I think for the future, doing what the way that we want to go about with our business, it'll just look better if we do a bit of a better print than the past. I'm still struggling to get the right paper in New Zealand. The paper in New Zealand is not the same type that I used to have in South Africa, so that's just my pivot. I'm going to do more video calls to friends and family and clients. Really, I'm going to do more video calls. I'm going to reach out more to people. I know it comes from me, and if it doesn't come from them, it's fine as well. But I want to come from my side. I want to talk more to people. Shane Fern said that they would love to reunite with their hubby in Queenstown. I see there.
Bad.
Yeah, that's bad. But I see there is 1 or 2 repatriation flights coming. So Yep, Amari Klaas is saying waiting for the coffee in Takaka. I'm going to see where Takaka is, I promise you. That's one of the things I'm going to come and do. For the future 30 minutes with Jan, we're still going to keep it on a Thursday, still going to keep it the same time from next week. But I'm going to do some Tuesday mornings as well. And Tuesday mornings I'm going to reach out to the people in the smaller towns. I'm going to reach out to the Takakas and to the, we've done Invercargill, we've done the Cutie. But there's so many more places down in New Zealand that people haven't ever heard of, even myself. I mean, when we spoke to some of these people, I had to go and look at the little town. I got to see if it's really a little town there. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think now with the time that we're going to have, not being able to travel anywhere else, you can actually make time and visit every single little town.
Yeah, perhaps we can do that.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of getting a big map and putting it on somewhere,
Yeah.
and then every town you visit, you just pin it. So then in the end you can see where you've been.
So the wife wants me on a Monday evening to drive to this little town and sit there and wait until the sun comes up and speak to you. That's fine with me. Then I'm going to start promoting our first international ever talent show. We've got a talent show. We've put it on last week and get some mixed reaction back. A lot of people said the time is too short for them, so we've extended the time quite a bit, and we've increased the prize money. We are, if you're in South Africa, the total prize money at the end of the day will be about 3,000 rand. If you're in New Zealand, it'll be about $300. So our first prize would be $150, then $100, then $50. So we're going to do 3 different prizes, and the public is going to choose you. So it's not about having professional artists on there. It's having the normal oak playing his guitar, or I heard
Sing
there's
a
some
song.
drum majorettes coming
Yeah.
up. I've heard people going to start singing. That
Read a
type of stuff.
poem, you can do anything.
Read a poem, do anything. Give us a bit of your best Shakespeare or Pavarotti, whatever suits you. Perhaps you should do something.
Yeah.
How to tame your hobby.
No, yeah, that's not possible.
And then I'm going to keep on dressing up for Saturday evening dinners. And if we're not going to have a dinner at home with friends or without friends, I'm going to take you out for dinner somewhere.
And we're going to dress up.
And we're going to dress up.
Okay.
I'm not going to do the clown suit anymore.
I don't know if it's the same with you, but the men are always the ones that don't want to dress up. I love dress up parties because you're just totally someone else when you're dressed up, and they don't want to do it. You never wanted to do it, so now
Okay.
he's actually
Let
forced
me,
to do
let me
it.
explain to you how my mind works. I see figures, I see stories, she sees pictures. She can see the end result. I see, goodness me, I gotta get something to dress for tonight because I'm gonna look like a Japanese. And then I think, okay, got the one shirt, and I go into the cupboard and I can't find the damn shirt, and then my whole day falls apart.
I know.
Because there's no shops open, I can't get in my car, I can't go and buy
It's
something.
all about improvising.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You don't have to buy
Yeah.
anything. You can do it with whatever you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've enjoyed this Saturday evenings really very much. And we're
something
looking
else.
forward
It was-
to the next few Saturdays. Yeah.
It was a bit weird without other people.
Yeah, you miss your friends. So this Saturday we'll be able to just have a little bit of an extension of our bubble
Yeah.
and have them over for our American.
So tonight we'll have
dinner.
Saturday night we'll have a bigger bubble. All right. Thing from Lizette coming. Lizette down in, I think she's still in Wellington. I've learned to never take any time that I'm able to spend with my kids for granted again.
Yes.
To never complain because I cannot get through my work because they are bothering me. It's a fact. It's a fact. We've taken time for granted, except time for your kids, time with your wife, time with your family. We've taken time for granted. We've always been too busy to do things. I mean, too busy for what? Why have we been so busy? And it took a simple virus that you cannot see to stop us. I know people are saying the economies did hurt. The economies are bleeding. That is the facts, and that's fact. You can't do anything about it, but it gave us some perspective in
It
life.
did. And if you just see how the earth has healed after this,
Yeah.
the way that the earth has healed is just amazing. And it's actually sad to think that things will go back to.
Go back to the rat
To
race,
what
go
it
back to
was,
polluting,
yes.
go back to having tons of jets in the
I
air.
think the one thing that kept me sane during this was obviously my hubby.
I thought I drove him mad.
We actually did quite good, I must say.
Yeah, we
we
actually
did
did
quite
good.
good. And then also we 4 girlfriends that we started a Zoom bubble thing, and we just had a chat every week, once a week, and that really kept me sane. It is so nice that you're not able to hug each other, but at least they don't care how you look, and you can just sit and we all had a coffee, and we just had sometimes we ended up, it's an hour or hour and a half that we ended up talking, but it was really lovely. Thank you girls for that. I really enjoyed it. The one thing that actually gets stuck in the back of my mind is the fact that we won't be able to go anywhere. It's quite hard to think that we all have family in South Africa. We have kids there, we have grandchildren there, we have moms there, as most of the people in New Zealand. And just the thought that you won't be able to just get on a plane and go there if someone needs you, or if something happens to someone there, it's quite daunting to just think like that. So, and that's going to be it's going to be like that for quite some time, I think, maybe a year or two. So that is really difficult to think of it like that. But otherwise, it will give us time to just enjoy New Zealand and to make some more friends in New Zealand. And I think we're all going to rely on each other a little bit more now that you're not allowed to go to your family in South Africa.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we've most of us got family still in South Africa, but I think we've made friends that is also as good as family.
Yes.
But they probably will never replace the family, but or substitute them. But the bond that was formed between friends down here, I wouldn't say make up. It doesn't make up, but
it makes it easier.
Makes it easier because they've also got family down there, and they do understand the day that you say, I really miss my family.
Yeah, we're all in the same situation, in the same boat. So I think that's why if you call your friend today and just say, I don't want to talk or anything, just sit with me, I'm not having a good day. Everyone knows what it's all about, and don't have to say anything. We're just there for each other. So I think, we made some very, very, very good friends.
Yeah, that's the one sad part about leaving your, I would say, motherland. You can still call it my motherland. This is my new country. That's old country. About leaving old country is the fact that you leave people you love down there, and the fact is we will probably never be able to bring them over here. Like my mum is old. I doubt if I will ever be able to bring her over here. I can probably bring her for a few holidays, but that will be that. I'm really trying hard as soon as we can to get the kids, every one of them, down here. So that'll be my priority as well. Also, the beginning of the year, we started with our candidate process, where we had chosen a few candidates to bring over. That we put on halt with this current problem. We do have one in the country who did find work. All our other candidates is still out there. Now, our thoughts are with them this today. And I mean, these are all people who could come to New Zealand, who could easily do something positive for the country. And there's tons of you out there. Last night, I spoke to a group of people on Zoom, and they had this Zoom meeting with me regarding New Zealand, and so forth and so forth. And one thing they asked me, they asked me, what do I miss about South Africa? And I could honestly just tell them my family. That's all. My family, my friends. That's all that I miss about South Africa. But then the one lady had a lion on her lap, busy feeding a lion. The South Africans, the tough people. And the other lady, wherever she was, there was a harida shouting at her back. And I actually said, I haven't heard that bird for quite a while. So, yeah, suddenly some things triggered like that. I never had lions. I'm not that tough in South African, but I know the shout of the harida. It sometimes can be irritating, but these days I listen to it lovingly. So we've got.
You get to appreciate it more.
You can appreciate it more, yeah, because that's suddenly that's something that that is happening out there. As we are sitting here, I'm overlooking part of the city. I'm seeing that the roads are really getting busier this morning. It's you can hear the road noise. So yeah, life is slowly but surely beginning to go back to normal.
It's good to hear.
It's good to hear. It's also sad to hear because that's back to the rat race. That is what that means.
It doesn't have to be.
No.
It doesn't have to be. And I think we've learned how to just manage our time a little differently. Nothing is supposed to be a rush. You don't have to rush anything.
Yeah.
There's enough time to do everything that you want to do.
And sometimes you got to take time. You got to take time. I know we've always been saying to Con Blau this year, we said, we're going to see you, you're going to see you guys. And they were actually supposed to leave for South Africa, and we haven't seen them.
Yes.
Because we keep on saying, we are coming to Auckland, we are going to come and see you guys. And life just happened, it just flew past us. But they could not leave for South Africa due to the problem we have, and I think they're glad that they did not, otherwise they would have probably been stuck there. But I'm going to make more time with people. I'm really going to take way more time and reach out to people. All right.
Yeah. What I enjoyed was you don't have to get up early because there's nowhere that you can go. There's no rush in the morning. We could make a nice breakfast, sit on the patio, have breakfast, and then start with the day. Easy.
Yeah.
Watch some TV, do some work, have a walk, do some gardening. It was actually very nice to just be
We
around.
actually worked a heck of a lot. And,
Yeah, we were quite
we
busy.
were quite busy, yeah. Actually, more busy than normal, to believe it or not.
Yeah,
because
we were quite busy.
we had a lot of people that could not pay the policies, and we had to make plans with that and so on. So that kept us busy. That kept us basically sane as well. It's a bit of a challenge when stuff goes bad. It's not that much of a challenge when stuff goes good, but it's a challenge when stuff goes bad. So stuff did go bad, and I think we came through that, and I think our
Yes,
clients came
everyone
through
did,
that.
yeah.
And I've got to say thank you for everybody who called me, everybody who reached out to say we have a problem. There was quite a lot of people who actually had problems. Some of them big problems, some of them not major problems, but we tried to help everybody, and I think we actually helped everybody.
Yes.
That was the one thing.
Everyone that
We
had a
actually
problem, we
helped
could help.
everybody that had a problem. That was. I'm not going to compare countries, but I hope that in South Africa the guys that had problems they could have been helped as well. Yeah, that was what made it different to made this whole experience more wonderful for me. So Anel saying, I think a lot of people has found each other in these times.
Yes.
I actually called Anel one morning, and she refused to put on her camera because she said she still had a morning. She didn't have a morning face on yet, so
It's a good thing she didn't, otherwise she would have seen what I look like.
so now we're still waiting for that video call
No,
from you. So
we're going to
Yeah.
have a lot of people to visit after this. Yeah.
guys, if you are out there and you're struggling, let us know. If you are out there and you're lonesome, let us know. Don't be alone. This is an island, and we're not alone on this island. You're not Robinson Crusoe with his Man Friday. So think about that. If you reach out, you will get touched. I don't care where you are, North Island, South Island, I don't really care. If you are, wherever you are, reach out to us. Mariska is excellent with the ladies, and she's spoken to a heck of a lot of ladies on the telephone or on video call, and at the end of the day, sometimes you just need somebody to listen to you, somebody just to understand that you are going through the same thing that they are going through. So, and I can promise you, we've been through basically every emotion already in the past 2 years now. Never would have thought that we would come to New Zealand to be in lockdown. But I'm glad we were in this
Yes,
country when it happened.
I'm also glad we were here.
Not anywhere else.
Privileged to be here.
We're very privileged to be here. So, yeah, so life will continue as normal afterwards. Perhaps take time to be back to normal, but your
Yeah.
normal will be the way that you allow it to be. And if you-
Yes, I think you just make your own new
Yeah.
role.
And I think if you allow yourself to be sucked back into the rat race,
Then it's your own
probably it's your own fault. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the rat race at all. Let's say what Dion says. I must say, I look forward for my retirement. Enjoy having time to do what you want to do. It is like that, but then the wife allows you to work in the garden, or she actually forces you to work in the garden. So, yeah. All right, let's see what the time is.
fault. It's not fast.
We're done. 30 seconds left over. Guys and girls, from my side, in lockdown, thanks a lot. This is day one of a new life, day one of new experiences, and this government is taking it step by step, and we're treading on ground that has never been done before. There's no recipe book, or
Yes, we're making history.
we're making history. Probably the first country ever to come out of lockdown, and let's see if we can keep our bubbles, and let's see if we can stay safe, and let's see if we can
Yes.
stay virus free, because that can run amok as well again. We do not want to go back to lockdown. It wasn't nice.
Yes, so stay
Any
in your
last
bubble. Stay
parting
safe.
words from you?
Yes. Reach out if you need to talk. We just want to talk. We just make a new friend.
Yeah. And this morning there was no tissues was harmed in this, so thanks a lot everybody. I'm going to show you the view quickly. I'm going to take
Have
the
a good
camera and
day.
walk there.
And have a good
Have a
week.
good day from Jan, Mariska.
Are you going to make that milk tart tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning I'm doing a milk tart. Yeah.
A very
yeah.
easy 10-minute microwave milk tart.
There goes the diet. Oh my goodness.
No, we're not going to eat it. We're just going to make
So
it.
why am I making it?
We'll give it to
I'll
someone
have
else.
to, no, I'll have to taste it.
You can tell us who wants a milk tart.
All right. Anybody in Tauranga area, if you're listening in the morning and you want a milk tart, put your name up. I'll come and deliver that to you tomorrow morning. That's a promise. All right, guys. I'll see you. Enjoy the view.
Bye-bye.
So that's our view. There's the sun coming up over that side. Just behind the weather station. And this is what we're looking at every day. Thanks for listening this morning. See you all tomorrow morning with Milk Tart.